Welcome to Q&A practice. We'll start out with just some two voice. We'll have our defense attorney questioning our witness. Ready? You are attributing this to this accident? Yes. In what manner are you attributing it to this accident? If something comes up, he tries to protect his leg, and so he goes the opposite way. Whom did he treat with as a result of that incident in which he fractured his left arm? Dr. Baker. Was his arm placed in a cast? Yes. For how long? I believe it was 8 weeks. Does he have any complaints regarding the arm now? No, he doesn't. It healed properly to your knowledge? Yes. How long was he disabled or restricted with that arm after July 18? Just a few months. Did he treat with any other doctor, that Dr. Blagsall, as a result of that incident on July 18? No. I assume that he was not hospitalized as a result of that accident. No, he wasn't. Was Richard's clothing damaged as a result of this accident? His sweater was torn. Anything else? Yes, his jeans had paint on them. Were any other articles of clothing damaged as a result of this accident? His shorts. No other articles of clothing were damaged? No. Was his bike repaired? No. How much was the bike when you purchased it? I think it was $522. All right, now we'll do some four-voice practice. We'll start with the plaintiff. Ready? All right, and then you had it, and then, so where did you go next? I walked out of the restroom where I met a patron named James, who was standing near the pool table. And had you run across James prior to that, earlier in that day? Just earlier in the bar, yes. How did you first become aware of him there? I was standing near the pool table. I saw him there. We had a small conversation prior to me going into the restroom. Okay, so that now that you came out of the restroom with your bag, you went over to James? Yes. And what occurred then? I basically told him that I was looking to score some more drugs. Okay. What about the bag? Did you show that to him? Yeah, it was still in my hand. So did you hold it? I didn't necessarily hold it up, but it was in my hand and he looked down at it. Okay, and you told him that you were looking for some more? Yes. And how? What did James say to that? He told me I should go talk to the bartender, Letty, and that she knew about what was going on. Okay, so what did you do then? Hold on 1 second. Okay. So he directed you towards Letty, the bartender? Yes. What did you do? I walked over to Letty and had a conversation. Where was she? She was standing behind the fixed bar. And so what did you ask at first? I basically walked up and asked her if she knew James. She said yes. I told her that I was trying to score something from him, some narcotics, and she said to me, I don't know. As you think back about it, is that the kind of Is that closest to verbatim of what she said? Something like, I don't know, or yes. Okay, so then after she said that, what did you do next? I walked back over to James and told him that I had had a conversation with Letty and that I was still interested in purchasing some more drugs. And at that point, how did he react to that? He said that he could help me, and he met with another patron that we only identified as Bob, and they both walked out the back door. Okay, was Bob in? Did you see this Bob? Yes. Where was he when James met up with him? They were near the pool table area. Then they both exited? Yes. Did they ever come back? Yes. How long was it before they both came back? Approximately 15 seconds. And when they came back, where did James go? James came over to me near the pool table area and the fixed bar. Okay, and what happened at that point? I believe I had told James earlier that I wanted $40 worth, so when he came back, he handed me 2 small plastic Ziploc bags that contained a white powdery substance, and I had already given him the money earlier, so... Right, we'll stop there. And we'll do a little bit more two-voice practice now. Our defense, just our defense questioning the witness. Okay, ready? And how long before this accident did you purchase that bike? A few years. More than 2 years? No, it was about 2 years. Did you sell the bike? No. Did you give it away? No, I didn't. Do you still have it at home? Yes. Other than the changes you have already described regarding Richard's leg and his inability to do certain things, have you noticed anything else unusual about Richard since this accident? He can't participate in things that other children do. Other than that fact, have you noticed anything else? No. He is still doing as well in school as he was before the accident? Yes. Before September 13, had Richard been involved in any type of accident whereby he sustained bodily injury? No. Since that date until the present time, has he been involved in any type of accident other than the fractured left arm? No. Other than his stay in the Arcadia Methodist Hospital, do you recall Richard being hospitalized for any nature since he was born? Yes. When was that, and for what reason? When he was a few months old, he was kept in St. Luke's Hospital overnight because of suspected rupture. That was when he was 2 to 3 months old? Yes. Has he had any other visits to the hospital prior to September of 2002? Nothing. By the way, have these bills been paid? Yes. All right, let's do a little bit more four-voice practice. Ready? Starts with the plaintiff. Okay, so you had the 2 bags, and when he gave them to you, where were you on the premises? I was standing near the south end of the fixed bar between that and the pool table, and when you obtained possession of the two, I'll say, were they both like in baggies? Small baggies? Yes. When you obtained possession of the two baggies, did anyone say anything at that point? Yes, there was an unidentified white female sitting at the fixed bar that told me that she saw that, and I asked her what she meant, and she said that I should be careful in there. Okay, and so then what did you next observe? You have the two baggies. What happened next in the investigation? My partner and I stayed in there a little bit while longer, and we eventually left. Did you ever see this Bernie again? Bernie that had met with James outside? Did I see him any more that night? Yeah, that night. Yes, sir. What, if anything, did you see him do, if anything, that was relevant to the investigation? I saw Bob go outside the rear door with another patron, and as I walked back there, I could clearly smell the odor of marijuana. Okay, and did you ever see Bob do anything in terms of carry or hold any items within the premises? Yeah, Bob, I believe, took a box back to either storage or kitchen area that I didn't see any patrons going into. Did you see why he did that? I believe the bartender had a conversation with him that I couldn't hear, and then he did it right after that. So he took some like cardboard cartons? Yes, and he took them from where to where? From the bar area to this back storage area. All right, and did that otherwise conclude your investigation for that day at the premises? Yes. All right, that will conclude our Q&A practice. Thank you.